Thanks, everybody, for coming out. I'm Kenzie's dad. I'd like to take you guys back 6 months and 3 days ago to March 16th, 2021. Paul showed up at my office, and after a few minutes of chatting about snowboarding and skiing, I said, well, Paul, I'm pretty sure you didn't come here tonight to talk to me about the snow conditions at Bogus Basin. And he said, no, I came here to ask for your blessing to have your daughter's hand in marriage. And I said, well, lucky for you, I have a bottle of Irish whiskey here. And hopefully at the end of this, we'll both agree whether or not it's a good idea for you to marry my daughter. And he said, sounds good. And I'm not sure who was more nervous that night. I felt more nervous than he looked. We spent 3 hours just talking about love, differences between men and women, marriage, faith, religion, education, attraction. And as we talked, I sat and just tried to study this man, every mannerism, his body language, the things that he said, because this was probably as big a deal that night for me as this night is. And obviously the fact that we're all gathered here tonight indicates that talk went really, really well. And it's good because Janine had taken my truck and gone home like 2 hours earlier, and I had to ask him for a ride home. So Mackenzie, to you, your mom and I love you more than just about anything in the world. And I'm so thankful that our prayers were answered by the God who is always faithful to those who love him, by bringing you a man who also treasures all of those things that make you a complex and lovely person. Truly, I cannot tell you how happy we are for you to be joining Paul for the rest of your life. Well, Paul, I'm totally blown away by you. I mentioned a few times tonight that Mackenzie's mom and I have been praying for you since the day that she was born. You're perfect for her. You help her to love God more, and how you also embrace and encourage her creativity, dreaminess, love of beauty, and everything impractical.
When I met my husband, Kenzie was the first person I called after every date to process. I think she knew before I did that was going to be it for me. I didn't know how she could know something like that until the day she told me she had met Paul. It was so far away. I had never met this guy, had no concept of him whatsoever, but I just knew. So when I heard about this Paul, I was like, yep, that's it. I have seen this human being who I love in so many different situations and experiences, and this is the most happily Kenzie she has ever been. I happily hand over all future fairy birthday parties to you. Her faithfulness and friendships is the reason we are all here, and I am so thankful she found someone who will be as selfless, loving, and faithful to her as she will be to you. So here is to the beginning of your life together, the many blessings God has given you both, and the many yet to come, to the many trips between Grand Rapids, Michigan and Boise, Idaho, and to the faithfulness of Christ to his bride, the church, that you model to all of us here. I love you both.
She mentioned to me yesterday that the reason she was so immediately confident in her relationship with Paul was because they shared with each other that they cared about the same core things, which would hold them together through the lovely times and through the harder times. And I love you both so much already from our few conversations. And the love you have for each other is just so evident. And I just wish you both the best